be led. Dial star 515 hash to subscribe.
Hello, I'm Tracy Pa with the Midday News. The East New Britain Province Administration has approved a funding of 200,000 kina to assist flood-affected communities in the province, mainly in the Sinivit LLG of Pomio District. Chairman of the East New Britain Provincial Disaster Committee and acting provincial administrator Levi Mano said the funding support is to help the affected communities of Sinivit LLG, including the Masarau area. Mano said East New Britain Provincial Administration may set up an environmental program targeting areas that are prone to natural disasters. This is for the medium and long term. The first batch of relief supplies was distributed to the 4 affected wards on Monday, namely Ivon Kore, Floodway, Raihit, Dadul, and Sunam. Mano said 90 family households were affected. They lost personal belongings, livestock, and food gardens. Madang Province has indeed experienced a significant transformation over the years. Once known for its stunning natural beauty and rich cultural heritage, Madang Province has unfortunately gained a reputation as a crime-riddled province. The province has witnessed an increase in various forms of crime, including theft, robbery, drug trafficking, and gang-related violence. These criminal activities have not only affected the safety and security of the local population, but has deferred potential tourism opportunities. However, Kageng Yuhang, a local civil society organization, is changing that, even in the smallest way possible, beginning with the youth of Madang, mainly those living on the streets. Founder Jeffrey Patal, over the years, he has seen Madang go to the dogs and felt her need to fix the situation in his own capacity. Kagang Yuhan means kind in English. It advocates for change in Madang and addresses issues like petty crime, littering, and loitering. Kagang Yuan Foundation hopes that better programs can be initiated by the government and NGOs to look into the welfare of street children.
Up as a young youth and indigenous Medang citizen, which my father is from Medang. So since I was born and growing up to be a youth, I've seen so many things that are not like the way it used to be, like a beautiful Medang before. Now everything has changed. In terms of social issues in town and lifestyle in town has changed. There is no respect in town anymore. People disrespect themselves and disrespect other people in town. There's a lot of pickpocketing in town and other social issues like drinking in public places in town and fighting in public places in town due to cultural differences like civics and islands, and the Medang indigenous or us place with civic or islands. So these things is an ongoing issue.
PNG Power has welcomed the arrival of essential technical equipment required to complete the installation works of its new Hedavu hydropower station and the Moikata substation. The cargo-laden charter flight, a Boeing 747 cargo fighter, loaded with nearly 100 tons of critical PNG power equipment, touched down in Port Moresby after a direct flight from Shenzhen, China on Sunday, August 20, 2023. The arrival of the charter flight marked a significant milestone as it not only showcased the successful transformation of vital cargo, but also demonstrated the strengthening ties between PNG Power and its international partners. Among those present to witness the momentous event were PNG Power Chairman McRonald Neil acknowledged the government's effort in ensuring that PNG Power can enhance its capacity to deliver affordable, reliable, and clean power to its customers. In regional news, life has almost returned to normal since the pandemic for people who are immunocompromised. COVID-19 still poses challenges. A trial for a new treatment was launched in Brisbane.
COVID treatment is not only life-saving, it could be life-changing for many people because it is specifically for those people who are suffering from autoimmune issues. And this COVID treatment, it targets all forms of COVID, including some of those new subvariants that we are seeing. So this vaccine is being dubbed Supernova, and according to experts working on this, they say that it works almost immediately. It can provide protection for at least 6 months and beyond that as well. So it's long-lasting protection. And it is for those who potentially are fighting blood cancers, who have recently had a transplant, and who have weakened or with autoimmune conditions. So the first Australian trials are beginning here in Brisbane. And really what it could do is provide those people with those issues a new lease on life, because we all know that life has gone back to normal across all of Australia, but for those people suffering from those autoimmune conditions, they still very much have to be very careful with where they go and potentially wearing masks when they're outdoors as well. So this, for them, could be a real game changer. So they're inviting people with autoimmune conditions to come forward and be a part of this trial here in Brisbane.
A warning: the next story contains details of domestic and family violence that some viewers may find distressing, as well as the name and image of an indigenous person who has died, used with the permission of their family.
An advocate and an anti-violence campaigner who took her community stories to the national stage, Kaman Rabunja was more than another devastating statistic whose life was taken in a cruel act of violence perpetrated by someone who was supposed to love her. Malcolm Abbott, her partner of nearly 2 years, pleaded guilty to Ms Rabunja's murder last year, jailed for life after repeatedly running over her with his car, just metres from Alice Springs Hospital's emergency room. The Northern Territory coroner now examining how a man with a history of brutal violence could take the life of a woman who dedicated hers to protecting others. In spite of the tragedy that unfolded, the court will not lose sight of the legacy that she left through that important work and the work of others in this space, and the way she touched the lives of her friends and family. The inquest into Ms Rabunja's murder is the fourth and final in a series of coronial inquests examining the deaths of Aboriginal women at the hands of their partners. The coroner, over the past few weeks and months, has heard evidence of an overburdened domestic violence system in dire need of reform.
In sports, the Papua New Guinea Football Association has named the team to the OFC Under-23 Olympic qualifier in Auckland, New Zealand from August 27 to September 9, 2023. The winner of the New Zealand tournament qualifies for the Summer Olympics 2024 in Paris, France. The majority of the Under-23 men's team was selected from the Premier Soccer League and are currently undergoing training for the New Zealand tournament. Some notable players included in the squad are Rex Naime, Bruce Tiapo, Joseph Waiwai, Solomon Rani, and Hobert Simon. They are also currently senior national men's players but qualify through the age category. A new-look Australian men's cricket team will depart for a tour of South Africa. Mitch Marsh will be taking on captain duties there.
And Steve Smith both out with wrist injuries. All-rounder Mitch Marsh will captain the Australian team for the first time. The South African tour includes 3 T20s and 5 one-day internationals.
I think I probably won't try and reinvent the wheel at all. I think the most important thing I've learned about leadership is just staying true to yourself, and you know, Paddy and Andrew McDonald have created an incredible environment around our group right now, and hopefully I can just continue that in the T20 format and you know, create an environment where guys come in and just enjoy playing cricket for Australia.
Fast bowler Mitchell Starc will miss the South African tour with groin soreness, but Starc, Smith and Cummins are expected to return for an ODI series in India next month.
Latrell Mitchell may have played his last match of the NRL season after South Sydney hopped against fighting its charge for elbowing Newcastle forward Tyson Frizzell in last Sunday's 29-10 loss to the Knights. He was sent to the sin bin in the 79th minute as a result of the incident. Mitchell was charged with a Grade 2 dangerous contact offence and would have risked a 2-week suspension if he had fought the charge and lost. He will only play again in the NRL this year if the 8th-placed Rabbitohs qualify for the finals. Damien Hardwick has signed a 6-year deal with the Queensland club. Hardwick coaches Richmond to 3 premierships in 4 years before stepping away from the club earlier this season.
Former general of the Yellow and Black Army, now a red-hot Sun.
I'm very excited about the playing list that we've got here at the moment and the excitement for what they can bring and what that'll bring our fans.
Less than 4 months after a mid-season walkout on Richmond, the 3-time premiership coach has signed a 6-year deal on the Gold Coast. The exhaustion cited as his reason for leaving the Tigers apparently now resolved.
You know, I still love coaching and it will always be in my blood. I'm a career coach, and the fact of the matter is I've got a great bunch of players now that I'm very much looking forward to. And
big things are expected from the Suns' new leader. The franchise hasn't made a finals series since entering the league in 2011.
Everyone now needs to put their shoulder to the wheel and make sure that we work together to make this the opportunity that it can be.
The team's less-than-ideal record in 2023 saw former coach Stuart Dew sacked last month. It's been an unpopular decision with many club members and one the Suns want to put behind them.
The ultimate outcome, no regrets. Is there better ways of getting through these things? I'm sure that there can be. I'm always highly conscious that these are emotional decisions and there's people's livelihoods at stake.
The new coach is also looking forward and believes the Suns already have what it takes to bring home a flag.
80% of our first premiership side is sitting in this room right now. You know, there'll be a few bits added along the way, but the fact of the matter is this side and this club are very capable of saluting in the not-too-distant future.
Hardwick will take over from interim coach Stephen King at the end of the 2023 AFL season.
This ends the midday news. Join us at 6 for more.